Let's go over some jobs that will pay you over $20 without any experience, no education, basically a job that pretty much anyone can get. The reason I've been thinking about this is because I want to start from zero. I want to start a series where I go from zero to like 10, 50, 100K. I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to start from scratch. Going to get another minimum wage job. I actually just got hired at Chipotle. I'm pretty sure I did. It was literally the first interview that I picked up and I got hired and I chat GPT'd my way into it. I'm thinking about ideas of where I want to go after Chipotle. I just needed to find something to pay the bills first. So the actual funny thing is that I totally chat GPT'd my resume, even though I do have experience in restaurants. I didn't want to recreate it. I'm going to be completely honest. Whatever resume you have, I would remake it for whatever job you're applying to. They don't really care as long as you show them what they want to hear and want to see, then you'll at least get the interview. You won't even get the interview if they don't even select you based off your resume. And you can kind of see where I'm going here. Pretty much chat GPT my whole resume at Chipotle, and I said some buzzwords because if you've ever seen TikToks or comments saying that the portions come out of the worker's paycheck, so that's what I said. They're like, what can you bring to the table? And I said, oh yeah, I know all about portion control. They really liked it. They even said, oh, it sounds like you would be a good fit before I even left the interview. So all I'm going to say is that just tell them in the interview what they want to hear and show them on the resume what they want to see. It doesn't matter if you're qualified or not because you're not going to get the interview. All these jobs that I'm going to list, I can pretty much say confidently that you don't need any experience. The thing with all these jobs is that they train you anyway, so why do you need experience? Yeah, you might be a little bit better and they don't have to train you as hard, but the fact that you might get this $20 paying job from no experience is totally possible because I did actually work at a sales job with zero experience and I performed one of the best there with no experience. It's pretty simple concept for a lot of these jobs. As long as you have the training and go through it, then I don't see why you wouldn't be successful as long as you apply yourself in these jobs. First one I'm going to go off with is server. I think that a lot of people know that servers don't make a lot of money hourly, but all of their money comes from tips, and it's going to depend heavily on where you work. Because, say, for example, I live in Las Vegas. If you're a server on the strip, you could easily make like $300 plus per night in just tips. That's easily over $20. For this job, as long as you can talk and multitask, you probably don't need any training. The only thing that scares me about serving is like that big round circle with 30 drinks on them. That's the only thing that I think would scare me away from serving. I would totally apply and go for that kind of job as a beginner job just to get my feet in the door. And pretty much any job that has tips, you're going to make over $20. So things like valet, if you have a driver's license, you don't need training on how to park a car. You just park the car and you get tips. This heavily depends on where you're working at. I had an Uber experience where the guy told me he was making around $8,000 a month just from doing valet. And it depends on what hotel you're at. If you're at a more bougie hotel, you're obviously going to make more, but you can definitely make over $20 by doing valet. Just some other ideas like a bellboy at a hotel. You're just bringing the bags up, or there's so many jobs that involve tips. Like I know that cleaning gets tipped at like hotels and stuff. I was even just talking to my friend about this. He was doing pressure washing, and you don't need any experience for that. You're literally just holding this pressure washer, holding the trigger and pointing it at dirty spots. And this guy told me that after tips, he would make around $25 to $30 an hour. So pretty much anything with tips is something that you're going to want to go for. I don't know every single job with tips. You can probably chat GPT something like a list of 50 jobs around me that can give tips. And just for a disclaimer, for any restaurant job, you probably need like a food handler's card depending on what state you're in. But I think it definitely has a place in this list because it only takes maybe a day or two and $10 to $15 to actually get the certification. It's not like you have to take this whole long course. It's very simple to get, and I did it, passed the first try. These next two things I'm going to mention, you do need a little bit of training. However, when I was personally searching for jobs, I found that there are companies that will hire you as a security guard. You do need a guard card, but a lot of companies will actually pay you to get that because they're so many companies in need of security guards. I know that being a security guard in majority of places will pay you over $20. It's low skill. Anyone can do it. Another one would be insurance sales. I'm pretty sure you do need a license. And when I was looking up jobs, there were also places that would pay you to get the license. So you just got to show up to the interview, say what they want to hear. And there you go. There's potentially another $20 job. And I'll talk a little bit more about sales because I actually have a little bit of experience in that. I went into like cell phone sales at an internet company. I had no experience. I just told the manager what he wanted to hear. Like my resume was literally just restaurant job. He just liked the fact that I said that commission sky's the limit, and he wanted to hear that because the managers get paid off of the employees' commissions. If we do good, then he gets a bonus or whatever. So I told him what he wanted to hear. He hired me. It was like $14 an hour. I think full time I was getting like 2K from hourly, and then my highest earning month was like 2.5K. So it was like 4.5K in 1 month. It was a pretty simple job. All you have to do is really just say, like, if you want to save money, you can switch to us, or just list off the benefits of whatever phone company you're working for, because there always is a benefit. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in business. If you pitch the phone thing to everyone, it's just a numbers game. The more people you talk to and pitch it to, the higher chance you're going to get a sale, right? So it's not a lot of work. You just have to put in the effort and you'll be rewarded for your effort. And there's tons of jobs like this, like door to door, sell pest control, sell security, sell solar. All of those jobs, from what I hear, they literally hire anyone, because I think majority of the time they don't pay hourly, but they will pay you a pretty hefty commission depending on what they sign up for. It's not fun, but if you need something, I know that it's easily over $20. I've talked to people that did pest control and they're making like $40,000 to $80,000 a year. Just depends on if that's something you want to do. If you're a little bit more charismatic and you're able to knock on doors and just talk to random people, then go for it. It's a pretty lucrative job. Having that experience can definitely get your foot into the door and put you in a spot where you can get to the next level. Like when I was doing B2B and SaaS sales, there was a lot of coworkers that I met, talked to, that said they came from life insurance or they came from Verizon, something like that. Even if you were to get like an SDR position, you're easily making six figures as long as you're putting in effort once you're like in SaaS sales. There's so many jobs that'll pay you over $20. What I recommend is going on Indeed or any job searching website. You can literally filter out the jobs to jobs that will only pay over $20 and just go through the list, man. You never know what you're gonna find. The last thing I'll go over is like a warehouse worker or construction. Amazon pays $21. UPS, FedEx, probably around the same amount. And any sort of construction definitely pays a lot, especially in Las Vegas, because not too many people are going to want to stand in the heat and lift heavy stuff around. And the thing with sales is that there's so many different niches and categories of sales that you can get into: solar, cell phones, security. Just the sales space alone, you can probably find 20, 30 jobs just in different categories. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this list and reading some of the comments, because I'm probably going to stay at Chipotle for like a month or two, and then I'm going to switch to like a tier 2 job, which is like $20 an hour plus, or you're at least getting some kind of benefit on top of it. It's just something to get your feet on the ground, but once you have something that will pay the bills, then you can start looking for these better paying jobs. It just depends on where you're at in life. If you can afford time to wait and not get like a minimum wage job, then these are definitely jobs that I would recommend going for, as they all pay pretty much $20 an hour and require no experience. So subscribe if you found any value, and have a good one.